You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, guys, we're going to be talking about 11-time NBA head coaching champion Phil Jackson in this video. Also, he did win 2 as a player with the Nets back in the 1970s, so he is a 13-time champion in the NBA. Now, weeks ago, Phil Jackson upset a lot of the wotes out there when he said that he did not watch the NBA anymore because they got in that bubble and they started kneeling for the anthem. They had all these social justice slogans on the court. They put a Marxist symbol on the court, by the way, BLM, all of that stuff. And he came out and said he was out on the NBA just like us. That's what he said in a nutshell. And we will play the video again to where you can actually hear him say it. Now, Phil Jackson appeared with Stacey King. Stacey King actually won championships with the Bulls first time around before Michael Jordan retired the first time. And Phil Jackson walked back on his comments? Really? Say it ain't so, Phil Jackson. Say it ain't so. I mean, Phil Jackson was catching a lot of heat out there, man. I mean, former NBA players in the media now calling him racist. I believe Shannon Sharp went after him as well. Yeah. He actually tried to clarify his stance now on what he was saying. Now, I truly do believe, guys, that Phil Jackson 1000% is standing by what he's saying. But it seems like he is trying to backtrack a little bit here. So here we go, guys. Look at this. People didn't get the humor. Phil Jackson walks back, claims that NBA has become too political. Now, I believe that the NBA has went overboard being political. They have. That's why the ratings really have not recovered at all. I mean, in spurts, kind of, but for the most part, nobody's still watching the NBA Finals. They're just not. Man, look at this. NBA Hall of Fame head coach Phil Jackson is trying to carefully walk back his recent claim that the NBA has gotten too political and is now saying that he doesn't think people understood the humor in his comments. Now, was there some humor in what he was saying? Yeah, because it was funny. You know, he was talking about justice and all this stuff. I thought it was funny. But I truly do believe he meant what he said. The man said he has not watched the NBA since 2020. And I truly do believe that. Now, let's go over here. And I want you guys to actually listen to what he said again. I find it humorous, but I believe he was actually telling the truth. So let's play it.
Do you still watch a lot of basketball or
no? I don't.
Tell me about that. When and did you stop immediately from the time you stopped coaching?
No, I didn't. I watched some of the game evolve and decided, and they went into the lockout year and they did something that was kind of wanky. They did a bubble down in Orlando, and all the teams that could qualify went down there and stayed down there.
No audience.
And they had things on their back like, you know, justice and, I made a little funny thing like, you know, Justice just went to the basket and Equal Opportunity just knocked him down. And somebody, I had another name for a guy who has jersey in the back of a jersey, had some other slogan. So my grandkids thought that was pretty funny to play up those names. So I couldn't watch that. And the Lakers won, actually. They won that year. And
do you feel like it just made little of the game, like it made it like a sideshow? What do you think it was that turned you off?
Well, it was they even had slogans on the floor, on the baseline. It was catering. It was trying to cater to an audience or trying to bring a certain audience into play. And they didn't know it was turning other people off, you know? People want to see sports as non-political. You know, we've had a lot of different type of players that have gone on to be like, you know, Bill Bradley was a senator, number of baseball players been representatives and senators and political, but their politics stay out of the game.
Yeah, it's separate.
Yeah, so there you have it, guys. So that is a refresher on what Phil Jackson actually said. And I believe he was serious. Was there some humor in it? Yeah. But I believe he is standing by what he said. I truly do believe it. Now, he said that people didn't get the humor in it. So let's go down here. And right there, there's some of the pictures right there. Players wearing vote right there. And in the thumbnail, you know, players actually had slogans on the back of their jerseys like Black Lives Matter, equity. What was another thing they actually had on the back of their jerseys? Group economics, all this other stuff, man. I mean, it was so ridiculous, man. But right here, it says this week, though, appearing on Stacey King's Gimme the Hot Sauce podcast, Jackson claims that he meant the remark to relay how humorous the situation was during the bubble year. Quote, "I don't think people got the humor," Jackson said. "The names are on the back of the players that were in the bubble because if you apply them to defending and challenging and going to the hoop, and you see those monikers that were on the names, it had a funny aspect to it," Jackson said. "That's just what I was bringing up to the kids. Visually, this is kind of humorous." Now, I believe he's kind of saying like, let's say like LeBron James, for example, if he had Black Lives Matter on the back of his jersey, he goes down for the dunk and they say, "Hey, Black Lives Matter for the dunk, 2 points," or something like that. Yeah, that would be kind of funny. But he goes on, quote, "I had nothing against BLM or the cause that was behind it. The humorous nature of going completely woke by the NBA was like, it's pretty hard to watch," he continued. So right there, guys, he's kind of saying, you know, he says he has nothing against BLM. I think he's lying right there. But he says that it was something that was pretty hard to watch, though. And the man said he has not watched the NBA since. So I guess he's trying to soften the blow a little bit here by saying that he has nothing against BLM. Well, guess what? Right now, guys, BLM's popularity is in the trash. I mean, it was a scam. It's a Marxist organization. They racked in a whole bunch of money and people found out that that money wasn't going to any causes, good causes anyway, whatsoever. I mean, Candace Owens exposed where a lot of that money was going, guys. It was not getting put into the black community. It wasn't. It was a scam. It went into mansions. It went into alphabet stuff. That's where it went to. But people that donated to BLM, you got duped. On their website, they actually had, you know, they wanted to destroy the nuclear family. That is something that Marxists want to do. So I don't believe that Phil Jackson, when he says he doesn't have anything against BLM, I truly do believe that Phil Jackson is standing by what he says. But it seems like, you know, he's actually trying to soften the blow a little bit with those comments right there. So are you guys buying that Phil Jackson is completely walking back? I wish that he didn't come out and say anything because I believe he was actually being real. He was. Phil Jackson, all-time great coach. I believe what he said the first time. No reason whatsoever to actually go back and backtrack on this thing a little bit. Because you, just like me, you haven't watched the NBA in 3 years. Neither have I. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.